Today is 594th day that I'm here to share lessons I learn, and I'm learning. I hope this also support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about a very interesting word. I used to be afraid of that word because I used to believe that there is only one meaning of that word, and that word is conviction. I used to imagine that person who is convicted, of course, goes to jail because they did something illegal, and of course, that's why they are in jail. And I used to believe that conviction is a very bad word. But after that, I saw my mentor's message, and conviction was portrayed as a very good word. Of course, if you use it in a good way. So then I started looking into what did true conviction means, and I realized that yeah, conviction is a very, very important thing. And when there is a person with a full conviction, will most likely will achieve much more than a person who have a lot of beliefs. Because a lot of times people say like, "Oh, I want to do this." Other persons like, "I think I can do this." Other persons are like, "I believe I can do this." And another person, "I have a full conviction that I will make things happen." And a person who has that full conviction, every person believes in that because they know that they will do whatever it takes to make it happen. Because when you have a belief, belief could change. While when you have a conviction, that means that it will happen no matter what. So today we'll share two people that I learned about conviction, that I looked into conviction. So John C. Maxwell and Charles Stanley. So we'll start from what I learned from John C. Maxwell. And he shared there is three types of convictions. So first one is personal conviction. So I can make a difference. So that means you believe in your conviction that you can make a difference. You can do the things necessary to achieve great things. Then there's people conviction. So people can improve their lives. So that means that when you look into others, you know that they could change. So that's again, there's a part of the growth mindset that you know, and you have full conviction that if you can change and if you can improve, those people can improve as well. So that means you're able to serve, you can empower, you can encourage, and when you do that, you have full conviction that they will be able to improve their lives and get better. And the third one is purpose conviction. So when I know my why, I know my way. This is very, very powerful because when you know your why, you will find a way. So that means when you know your why, you will find how. Because a lot of times people look, okay, what do I need to do, and how I need to do it, before they figure out exactly why. Because when you have strong why, it doesn't matter because you will find a way, they will find a path. So it's always better to spend a lot of time to figure out what is your conviction, what is your why, what is your purpose, and then of course it's much easier to achieve the things that you want. Now, what I liked is that John C. Maxwell shared that what happens when you have low personal belief and low purpose belief. That means that you will not get started. So that means if you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe in purpose, you will never get started. You'll always be in the same position and will not move forward. Now, when you have high personal belief but you have low purpose belief, what happens? That means you start because you believe in yourself, but because you didn't believe in that purpose, that means that you will quit and you will not continue. So that means it's very important to have personal belief and purpose belief. Now, third, if you have low personal belief, but you have high purpose belief, that means that you will not achieve your purpose. You have a very high purpose belief, but because you don't have confidence in yourself, you will not take action and will not achieve the things that you have set for yourself. But now, when you have a high personal belief and you have high purpose belief, what happens? You will achieve your purpose. You will achieve your things that you want to, that you set for yourself. So that means we all need to work on our personal beliefs and on purpose beliefs, because only when we working on both, then you will be able to pursue the things that you want with a full commitment. Because a lot of times people say, oh, I'm not able to commit. You're not able to commit because you didn't find the convictions that allow you to commit the things that you want. Because a lot of times when people have beliefs, they have preferences. But when you have preferences, of course, those preferences changes day by day. But when you have conviction, you are making commitment and you keep those commitments. Now, I would love to share what I learned from Charles Stanley, and he was sharing what conviction really does to a person. So that means when a person has conviction, a lot of times when you have a full conviction, it allows to build a purpose much more easy. Because you're able to understand that if you have a high personal belief, it's a little bit easier to start working on a purpose belief, because you know that if you figure out yourself, you believe in yourself, you know that you will be able to work very hard and find the purpose. But if you don't believe in yourself, you don't even want to look for purpose, because you know that you will not be able to make things happen. Now, second is that people who with a high conviction, they have very high faith. Faith in themselves, faith in God, faith in a lot of different things. So that means that because faith is one thing that protects you from doubt. Doubt and faith could not be at the same time. So it means if you have faith, that means the doubt will dissipate. So that means when a person who has a full commitment, a full conviction, will have a lot of faith. Third is that people who has a lot of conviction, they have courage. Because a lot of times when you have conviction in something, that means when some other people will show up and will say a lot of different things that you do not believe, sometimes you will need to stand for your convictions. That means that you need to be able to say when something is wrong and not just be silent, because that means that if you are convicted and you have full conviction, you will share what's in your mind. Now, next is that people who have full conviction, they keep big picture in mind. Because conviction is more not just about today, it's about the future. Because every single day, from today or from the day that you made that conviction, you will need to keep that conviction till the end of the day, till the end of your life. That means that you will keep that big picture of that conviction all the time. Now, next one is unusual strength. A person who has conviction, they will have so much strength, so much energy in them, because they have such a strong belief. It's a above belief, because belief is a very great thing to have, because you believe that you can do this. But when you commit it and you convicted, when you have full conviction, you will go above and beyond. So it gives unusual strength. And the last one is foresight. So that means that a lot of times people have conviction, they're able to see more, get more, and of course that allows them to really pursue different things, because they're able to see a little more in a different way than other people see. So what happens, why people do not able to really keep their convictions? And Charles Stanley shared 4 things why people get and lose their conviction. So first is like fear of criticism. So that means that when you have full conviction, but then you don't want it to be seen as weird in other people's eyes, so you don't do what you when you're convicted to do, because you fear criticism. Then there's a fear of failure. So that means if you have full conviction, you know that you will pursue no matter what. But now if you fear of failure, because you don't want to be in full conviction, because now when you pursue it, you can really fail. Fear of rejection. So that means when you have one conviction, but most of your surroundings, most of your friends have total different beliefs, total different convictions. So that means that you don't want to share all your convictions with your friends. You don't want to really have the same convictions, because now you will be rejected by all your surroundings. So that means that you fear to make that full conviction, because you will be rejected by your friends. But if your friends reject you for the good convictions that you have set for yourself, that allows you to build beautiful future, of course that is not your friends. You need to find new friends that allows you to build a future for yourself and for your family. And the last one is fear of loss. Again, this is the same, almost like a fear of rejection, because you will lose a lot of friends, you will lose a lot of time, you will lose a lot of things that really when you have full convictions, you will need to lose a lot of things, because a lot is saying that you need to give up to go up. And when you make a conviction, when you make that commitment, there will be a lot of times things that you need to give up, things that you love, things that you enjoy, things that gives you pleasure. But when you have full conviction, a lot of times it will bring you even better pleasure, long-term joy. You just need to go through those fears, and when you go through the fears and we really have that conviction, there's a lot of beautiful things that will come into your life. I didn't know about conviction. I always used to think that conviction is a very bad word. And I learned recently that that is totally wrong. And now when I saw what conviction is truly does in my life, in other people's lives, I really need to invest more time to really think about and reflect what kind of convictions do I have in my life. Because the more convictions you have, it's easier to make decisions, the easier to make actions, and it's easier to live a life. Because when you have a conviction, you don't need to make decisions anymore, you don't need to make choices, because you just live your life and take actions. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.